side nigga, my game vicious. With a pot and fork, I can grant wishes. Can't tell the difference, my rim inches or thick bitches. Hip dimensions, now nevertheless, my game cold. Pretty boy swag, I take your hoe. Never understood what they hate me for. That's just a demonstration, they ain't getting dope. Boss freak, that band life. Born and bred on Van Dyke. Run the streets, that's every night. Now who is he? I'm M Guy. Did a photo shoot in polo boots. Is that real loot? I promise you. Had $100 bill in the light show. It's real boss freak. That's sweet, but I'm scared of you. Put 28s on my 7.6. My 40 cal got a rubber grip. You can pray to God, but I won't miss. Band up in the club and boiling, follow gag order, gold bands talking, whole team riding, whole niggas walking. My diamonds dance got whole club stalking. That boy be going on that intro. It's another episode of Feed the Streets. I'm your host, the one and only Reek. Today we finna be doing it a little different. It's going to be a little challenge here because it's going to be Reek versus Reek in here. You know what I'm saying? So we going back at it, the dynamic duo one time for y'all, bringing y'all a different look and a different flavor. Also in the near future, we got a whole custom studio that we about to be dropping in. And we're going to be having a smoke session and drink session up in there. So it's going to be real lit, real live. And we're working on another situation as far as mode. Me in Detroit excellence, so it's gonna be like a lot of brothers. We're gonna be sitting up talking and going back and forth about different programs and things we got going on that can help and unite what we doing out here in the streets. I'm gonna start off with the topic of Yellow Beezy, man, and the Mo 3 situation. My opinion on that is it's kind of a tragic situation where, you know, at some point they was kind of cool, and in my observation, I believe that it was envy and greed and just pride that kind of got in the way of them two, man, battling over a market that neither one of them would have probably ever just been able to lock down, and they would have probably been more successful together and kind of go back and with the King Von, the Lil Durk, Tupac, Biggie, all of it's just too many rappers. I don't want to get into naming Detroit situations, you know what I'm saying? But somewhere down the line, I was in a barbershop today, and we was just talking about our biggest issue right now, which is somebody dead on that bitch. Nah, our biggest issue is unity and people not sharing knowledge with each other. I've never been a gatekeeper, you know, and I don't know any gatekeepers for real, not nobody that I deal with on a day-to-day. And so from my observation of us networking knowledge with each other, we kind of flourish real good together, you know what I mean? Like, everybody made their moves, nobody jealous of each other, nobody, you know what I mean? We all kind of happy with what we got going on, so that's a little sense that we was talking about. And then it got funny because one of the guys there, we was talking about being able to go out on a man's trip and a woman's trip. And so the guy in the barbershop, cool brother, I ain't gonna say his name because we all know each other, but he was like, I could go to Jamaica. So we was like, now we done had this conversation. Every dude that done called their girl and asked could they go to, not Jamaica, Brazil. Every dude that called their girl and said, could I go to Brazil? Only one dude got his girl that said, yeah. And I ain't just saying this because I'm the host and I can get away with it, but I promise you I'm not lying. My girl was the only one who said, yeah. She said, we got to talk about this. But he got shot down, man, and no joke, this dude's wife texted me and said to me, I'm assuming she texted me. I'm going to read this to y'all because this shit, And I'm taking it back to the barbershop. Shit was funny. She said, hey, Garrett, this is Mrs. Beep. I want you to know that my husband is the head of my household. He has his word, his last word when it comes to his household. And thank you so much for your conversation earlier. And have a blessed day. And give me a call when you get this message. Thank you. Now, I should call because I'm petty like that. But why not? Let's call. Let's see what the hell going on.
Please leave your message.
All right, he better not have answered. All right. So anyway, getting back to this, I'm gonna kind of pivot and ask my guy, super producer Rico, what do he think about men trips and women trips, and do you think men get their GURP on, and do you think women get clapped out there on those trips?
Shit, I think it depends on the woman and depends on the man. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody not gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Then but in some cases, I do feel like somebody might say that they going out of town for whatever and they might be doing some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, at least me, I know I ain't never went on no trip and just said I'm gonna do something that I didn't, but I know back when I was hustling, it's certain shit that we would do, and then it's like it was just common knowledge. They just knew that we was out there doing something. But at this age, shit is different. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, I agree with you on it. To a point, it's like, damn, I don't believe it's a cookie cutter for all people anyway. But I think in my observation, a lot of women will cheat, man. Like, man. Like,
It's most definitely a lot of women that cheat. I know that because there's done been a lot of women who I know I dealt with before in my past, and they had somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I know most definitely it's a lot of women that cheat. Some women that cheat because they feel like they getting back at the guy for all the stuff that he was doing.
right.
Sometimes people get tired of the person who they've been with, and then some people just natural cheaters.
Yeah.
You never know. You know.
I mean, goddamn, that's 3 strikes you out. You just, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere down the line, that woman gonna get caught up. Then you got to think like this, right? All right, just being real. Some women don't get that type of attention. You know what I'm saying? And then when they step out, and they may hit the club or whatever, and then they see this motherfucker.
Yeah, we got a comment. One of my exes watching, and she said, in the right setting, anything can happen. It all comes down to trust for your partner.
And that's my point exactly.
By her saying that, I wonder if she a cheater.
I don't know. You know, she probably know one. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've been in situations where, you know, prior to my woman now, or me in any relationship, where I met women and, and I met women and you know, in the club setting, you know, dudes got their best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? Women got their best foot forward. So, you know, it could turn into something real easy, especially you out in the islands or some shit like that. Like, it was one girl, she was with her husband. Dude got drunk, passed out. We out in the islands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she let me toss her literally on the beach, man. It was dope. And I started seeing her, you know, around in the resort, and then seeing she was with a dude, and it kind of like, I was like, wow. So I can only imagine what they'd do by themselves.
Yeah, shit, you never know. But now that I see, you know, I can't see who all on here, but since she's on here, she says she's not a cheater. She say, "Hey, fellas."
Hey.
But so let me ask you this: why she's on here? Now, what do you think about, far as like, especially at this age, if you have a man and a woman, and they trying to build something, but you feel like they just want to be so cool with their ex, even if you could tell that their ex is still into them. Like I think a lot of men and a lot of women don't understand. Sometimes in order to make stuff really work, you have to make sacrifices.
True.
But if you so worried about this, just my opinion, so I want to know how you feel as a man. So what if your girl she know that her ex is, you could tell, because you know too that they just like, they kind of upset that they talking to somebody else and stuff like that. And even though the woman might not want to mess with the dude and you cool with that, but you telling as a man, I know how guys are. So it's all right that you telling me, he still sent me a message and say he cared about me or loved me or something like that. I just ain't respond. But with you not responding to me, I feel like you supposed to shut that shit down. Men gonna be men. We expect them to do what they do. But I feel like as a man, at least me, I look at how the woman moves. Unless the guy disrespects me or disrespect her, I ain't really got nothing to say to him, because that's really your baggage. You check that. And on my end, I'm gonna check that off rip. So as a man, how do you feel about that?
Well, first, I feel like everybody is entitled to feel the way they want to feel.
Yeah.
But me personally, I would feel like, hey, how would you want one of my exes being with me? Would you be cool with this? And more than likely she not gonna be cool with it. And me personally, I know I agree with you on the sense that dudes are dudes. And if you telling my woman that you miss her or whatever the case may be, and she don't, like, y'all got kids together or something, like, she should be blocking you. You know what I'm saying? Like, being cool. Listen, bro, if I'm finna be with you, I feel like this. I'm gonna just be 1,000, man. I feel like this. It's hard enough to even get a brother to commit nowadays.
Yeah.
And if I'm willing to commit to you, and then you in a good position financially and out here good, you know what I'm saying? So you got plenty of options. A dude who got options ain't finna put up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna play that role with you. And then you gonna be that one female that's running around saying I'm a bitch ass nigga. I just left and making up shit about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, the thing is, and I'm not just talking about her, I'm just talking about in general too.
Right.
Because I see a lot of that going on now. And that wasn't like that. It's not about not being cool, being an enemy of your ex and stuff like that. Because I still have some exes who I came up around, grew up around, that was cool with their family. If I see them, yeah, what's up, show them some love, give them a hug, shit like that. But you have to draw a line somewhere with certain things. Plus, anytime you're in a new situation and you're trying to build and allow that to grow, sometimes you have to shut out certain shit in your life to really build that trust, that commitment and stuff with that person, because it's not about insecurities or jealousy or none of that type of stuff, at least with me, because not in an arrogant way, but I'm sure of myself. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I can bring to the table. But as men, we're also territorial. So we don't want people, because a lot of times, because I've done it myself, it's certain women I know that they might be moving on, but it's certain connection I know that they got with me. Thanks. Or whatever. So it's like, I know what I'm able to do or this, that, and other. But like me, I'm at a point in my life now that if I know I'm not really, because sometimes guys might not really want that woman back necessarily, but they might not want her to be with somebody else too. That's their go-to. And sometimes not even in the physical way, that might be their go-to on an emotional level. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but if you're going to be my woman, how the fuck you look being somebody else's emotional go-to? So at this point of our lives in this age, I'll be 50 this year. We have to mature and make certain changes if we really want what we're asking for in life as a whole or a relationship. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to know your mate too. Like where I stand with it, like say, for example, I'm not finna tolerate or deal with a woman that's doing something that I feel like disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
I'd rather get the hell on, because it's too easy to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? So why, even play? So if a girl don't respect what I'm saying that's bothering me, I'm gonna get the fuck on, because I could replace her like some SS, some Michelin's on the SS. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, And I feel like this, because it's always this conversation has been said, who the prize, man or the woman? Man, the prize should be both of y'all to each other.
Yeah.
If your woman ain't a prize to you, then you need to find you a girl that's
The prize also to me should be the vision. What are y'all trying to accomplish? As they say, keep your eyes on the prize. If we're both going that goal of what we really want in life or in a relationship or in a partner, that should be the prize. That should be the goal. One of my friends, Dr. Virgie, she's on here. She says sometimes people can just be friends and it depends on the person. I'm gonna respond to that first and then you can respond to it if you want to. I believe that's so, and there's nothing wrong with being friends. The thing is though, a real friend knows how to respect certain boundaries, and at the same time is levels to everything. If somebody is like, because a lot of times, to be honest, it's not the women necessarily be on bullshit. Some of them do, but sometimes women, they act naive to the situation. Some men might try to do that too. But the thing is, I know as a man, I think logical. So it's certain women I know, if I really want my relationship to work with somebody new, I gotta distance myself or whatever. And it's not because I'm tempted. It's because I don't want to give the old one the wrong impression and have her keep coming at me. She need to respect my new situation. And that's the same way with a lot of these guys. If a woman don't just shut that shit down and let him know, we cool, I ain't your fucking enemy. None of that shit. If something happened to your family, anything, I'm gonna come there. If you in the hospital, I might come visit you or whatever. We all can be cool. But anytime a nigga still sending you messages talking about they love you or they getting upset and kind of feeling uncomfortable when they see you with your new man, that's a problem with that man.
Yeah.
So you have to draw that space or whatever, because deep down inside, that man not gonna be happy for you. That man deep down inside, he feels some type of way. So that's the problem. You can't motherfucking feed the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this, man. I'm gonna be real with you. My woman, if I ain't all the friend you need, then we don't need each other. Like any ex nigga that used to be around need to used to be around. Once I get wind of like you playing with somebody behind my back, you're gonna see the worst version of Reek. I'm gonna embarrass you, humiliate you, and leave you. You know what I'm saying? Because you doing it to me. Everybody got feelings. So, like say for example, I'm in my situation right now. I'm with my girl or whatever, and then I'm entertaining females or hoes, or however the hell they want to say it, and they, oh yeah, Reek, blah blah blah, and da 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 da. I can't be cool with y'all for what? Like, now if it's some money, business, dealing with that, and it's gonna do something to enhance my life, yeah. But honestly, what is a friend?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be real. Let's address what's a friend. Because to me, a friend, if it's a female, it's somebody 9 times out of 10 I fuck or I want to fuck, and we cool and we hang. You know what I'm saying? It's not, oh, we just buddy. Hell, fuck nah. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to think the dudes around her the same as me.
Yeah. See, but in some cases too, like in this particular case, this is only one case. I'm gonna talk about some other stuff too, or whatever. It's just always been an interesting situation to me because I've been across this situation a couple of times or see it going on a lot. Like I never really seen this type of shit before I got locked up. It's just when I came home, like how they used to always talk about the double standards and guys was on certain shit. Nowadays, it's not just how they say nowadays seem like the women are so independent and they taking the roles and this, that, and other, and the guys. It's not just on that level. I feel a lot of the shit that some men used to try to get away with, a lot of women try to do that shit now or whatever. But I feel, I can't speak for all men, but me as I grow and I learn the stuff I used to do when I was young, I don't do that shit no more. I've made certain changes. But a lot of times when you tell somebody, it could be a relationship or it could just be sometimes your homeboy, your homegirl or something. A lot of times when we tell people stuff, they don't really want to listen. They make excuses for people. But then in the end, you kind of see that what the person was saying was true.
Right.
or whatever. Just like sometimes people mother used to tell you you shouldn't really hang around with this person, they're gonna get you caught up. Most time that's who a nigga catches bit with. Or he catch a bit and he don't want to snitch, so he do the time for that individual and the other man's still out in the streets. I could also relate to that on numerous levels though.
Man, I've been in a
You know?
situation. It's funny you brought that up. I was in a situation where I faced 100 years for a motherfucker who never even said thank you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, what is a friend? Honestly, like I got my people that I fuck with heavy. That's my bros. But like,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to really like put them real tags on a female, because you got a female in one sense be laid up with you, busting in her, y'all cool as hell, and y'all exchanging everything, having each other back. And then in the same breath, that could be the same female that will be trying to get your ass sent upstate because she mad at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like this, man, like you get in a serious committed relationship, especially at our age, man, you already financially established and shit like that. I mean, I'd be cool. Like I got a lot of females I'm cool with.
Yeah.
All that just like open friendship. You just calling me on some random shit, telling me about some shit. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm gonna respond to this comment real quick too. Then I got another topic that we can add on to it. Let me see. Ro just said something too. I'm gonna check this one out first. She say once the line is drawn and a person or you don't believe at that point in the person, or you should believe your lady or not. Like I said before, that just shows, that's what I mean about an excuse, because I already said you believe your girl already. You already know that your girl not trying to be with that person. It's not the girls. It's just niggas be on bullshit. And sometimes they make excuses for them. So it's not that you don't trust the woman, but at the same time, the woman needs to respect you enough not to allow that other man to cross too many lines. If that nigga's texting you and telling you, oh, I still love you, and you just don't respond to say, you supposed to hit that nigga back, shut that shit down. That ain't what we on.
But tell me this.
Even if that's your friend, y'all cool, whatever, because soon as the relationship over in these cases, and even this one, he done came on our podcast, and the first thing he talk about is how he was hurt when he seen us together. So that show you this nigga still was hurt, you know, and I ain't got no problem with it. I know the dude. So I'm cool when I see him now. I seen him at the Hideaway a couple weeks ago. What's up? Get that nigga a hug. I always been like that. He not my homeboy like that, but we hang out all the time, but we got mutual friends. So I got love for him. He cool. If I was seeing something happen to him, I have his back. So it's not about that. It's just in order for you to build, you have to draw certain lines. So if I know a woman and me and her cool, I got love for her. If she's doing too much, I'm gonna shut that shit down and let her know that ain't what's up, because I'm not gonna allow you and nobody else to disrespect my relationship. And that's just what I'm on right now as I grow and what I want for my future. I'm listening to you though. I want to see what Rose said too.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I feel like this, man. Like, honestly, y'all ain't got no kids together. Y'all ain't really got no reason to be talking. Y'all got business together. All right, that's something different. But ex, and then we just gonna stay cool. I mean, you stay cool with your exes until you get somebody serious. Once you get somebody serious, and you still got exes in the picture, you ain't taking your new situation serious. Period.
Yeah. Rose was kind of saying the same thing I was saying. Like, depends on how y'all came up, and even if they're in a relationship, like your man understand that person will always be crew. And that's true. But at the same time, if it's me and I know that we crew, I'm going to respect your new situation. So I'm not going to be texting you, telling you, oh, I still love you and all that bullshit. Now, if it's a reason I have to say, like something happened or somebody mama passed or I come to the funeral or something going on or something, I might send somebody happy birthday. I might tell them something, but it's like, it's a whole different energy when you do it like that.
Man, it's crazy because, like, all right, this is my mindset on it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with people that I don't see every day.
Yeah.
I might not see for 6 months and I still go do a life bit, to help them on the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Gooch said we need the Gooch on here. Yeah, you supposed to be here. Shit, that's why we on here talking all these. We ain't ignore no comments today. This our content shit.
Shout out to Gucci. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog right there, man. She couldn't make it, man. You know what? And then I apologize. Last week I couldn't make it where I live at. It flooded, and there wasn't no motherfucking way in hell I could get close to over here.
Yeah.
But I feel like this. Like, I'm cool with people that I know for years, and I still, go to war for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like females that I'm cool with that I fucked. Don't nobody know I fucked them. So it ain't like my girl gonna be, it's an ex. This just a friend. You get what I'm saying? And we've been cool. And she already know not to be hitting my line or doing that like that. You know what I'm saying? And cause it's all about respecting your mate. You know what I mean? Like when you got somebody that's disrespecting your mate, they disrespecting you.
Yeah.
You know, if a girl I know is like, oh, fuck your girl and all that shit, you disrespecting me. You playing me like, basically, you can manipulate me into doing some shit you want me to do.
I'd have been in situations too where it'd be like a nigga don't be like, he don't be doing no like tripping in front of me, but I done had a dude trying to talk bad about a woman. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's that shit too. Somebody calling in.
You live on Feed the Streets.
This anonymous. No, this what? What up, fellas?
What's going on?
I got to clear some things up.
Okay.
So, let me say this. Respect is a huge thing in a relationship. If you are building, it goes without saying that exes are supposed to be out of the picture.
Facts.
It's different when the woman has no kids, but the man has kids. So a woman is just supposed to automatically accept the ex still calling, or if something tragic happens in their life, it's supposed to be understanding, correct?
That's not the ex, that's the baby mama.
That's still a person that's been intimate with your spouse.
But it's different.
However you want to call them.
It's different because you got children with this person. So like an ex is like, that's just somebody you was intimate with.
Option.
I wouldn't call it an
right.
option.
An ex is an option. It's because you can choose for them not to be in your life.
True.
Like a baby mama, you can't choose for them.
No, you can't.
So I get that.
You can't.
I get that. But as far as like somebody still, like, you can't control what other people, I totally agree with Rico on that. You can't control what other people are texting or saying, but if we having a conversation about if we're in a relationship and I'm woman enough to come to you and tell you that, because there's no secret, and I'm telling you like, man, he just going through it, whatever, and I shut it down, but you don't like my response. At that point, that's what I'm saying. It's not about an excuse. It's about, at that point, it becomes on you. Like, I've done my part. As a woman, I feel like I've done my part. It's not about making excuses.
But now let me just say this. Okay, not speaking on your situation, but I'm talking in general. In general, that situation can become dangerous. Because if you got somebody who can't contain themselves enough to respect what you got going on, you don't know what that person might do to you. And so women that's listening, y'all need to hear this, like, and men, because women is killing men just like men is killing women. Like that one girl, they got killed in Roseville. This other dude just killed 3 women and burned them up in a car. Like,
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but you don't know. I guarantee you they didn't know them niggas was going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what some of these people can do. And when they start displaying signs where they can't control their emotions, you got to remove yourself totally from that situation.
I don't know. I respect that, but I ain't seen nobody that can't control their emotions.
No, see,
I'm sorry.
And can you hear me? Because I know I'm right next to the speaker. I had to turn it.
Yeah.
See, in some cases, like, at least in my case, because I'm going to keep that shit all the way 100. I'm not the type of person who's intimidated by no man and what he got going on. So it's not that it's like it's on the guy after that. Nah. If the guy is basically telling you that the other nigga doing too much. First of all, one of the things that you said that I most definitely wouldn't agree with is that that's too much feelings or caring to be like, oh, this my ex, he just going through something right now. Fuck his feelings. It ain't like somebody in his family died or something. I'm talking about his feelings over the woman. If y'all ain't together and he
Yeah, no.
because he see you with another man, fuck his feelings. The same thing for the female.
That is no. That's how you get people hurt. Now, in my opinion, that's how you get people hurt.
Nah,
like it's nothing wrong with expressing feelings, but people like to be hurt. And I'm not saying that's what the situation was. I think that is a lot of assumptions in the situation. Well, my personal situation, but in general, don't shut nobody down. It all depends on how you end a relationship. That can make a person snap.
Nah.
Yeah.
So
they can.
But
see, people snap because
we don't
they don't have
too much worried about them, because if somebody, it's not about, see, what I'm saying is like, if it's a woman who's doing too much, it could be my baby mama, whoever. Like with me, I don't want my baby mama no way. So it ain't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't no motherfucking problem. And my baby mamas, any of them, could be in a room with my woman at the same time, and it's not gonna be all uncomfortable and all that.
But how do you know that woman don't feel uncomfortable? You say that, but how do you know that woman don't feel uncomfortable?
Because I've done it. The only way she gonna feel uncomfortable is in situations, if I know I was fucking her last week, yeah, she might be uncomfortable. But if I know I ain't been dealing with her, then she's not gonna really feel uncomfortable. And if she do, she's only gonna be uncomfortable because she's jealous. But what I'm gonna do is I already been to shut that shit down. So however she feel at that point, I can't worry about how she feel because I kept it real with her. My dedication and my respect and who I'm holding down is my woman. As a man, I'm going to keep the peace if I see something getting out of line, but that's all that I'm saying. In that case, that's your baggage. So I got your back. I'm holding you down. But if the nigga doing too much, a woman still has to tell him, don't just ignore the text. Hit that man back on his line and let him know, I feel that, it's always love between us, this, that, and other. But I need you to respect
that happens.
my situation right now.
Why even
like that?
Why even keep it going though? If it ain't no
exactly. No, but say that's done. That happened. That who said it was going? I'm saying in a situation you be like, okay, that's done. Clearly, that conversation still affected the person. Like it never happened again. It happened one time and it was shut down. It just keep coming back up.
See, I'm just keeping it real. We ain't got to stay on that. This my ex right here.
Okay, that was on. But I gotta say this though. Okay, this something that happened to me today. So my ex-wife called me and was like, "Hey, I'm about to meet my mama to get the kids." And my ex-wife and me, we don't stay far apart from each other. So she was like, I was like, "No, I'm right here. Where you want to meet at?" She's like, "Meet me at Myers." So I pull up at Myers, right? I jump, get my son. She grabbed his bags and went straight to the truck.
I don't want to tie up the line. If somebody call, I don't want to tie up the line.
Oh no, you good?
Nobody calling.
Okay.
So she went and put the bag in the truck, right? So my girl is in the truck. She don't know my girl in the truck, right? So she walked up. She like, hey, and she's like, I guess this is how we gonna meet. Huh? They first time they met. My ex-wife walked up to us like, give me a hug. They jumped out and hugged. You know what I'm saying? So I got a good situation for now. You know what I'm saying? And I hope it stay that way. And I think that it's healthy for children, when children are involved, that they see a good solid stand with, the step parents and the biological parents. I really do. And
that's how long have you been separated from your ex-wife?
6 years. 6 years.
Okay, so it's been a minute. Okay, that's healthy. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think people can coexist in a respectful manner. It's just it got to be mutual.
The thing is,
it got to be mutual.
I got another example, not about this, but I'm gonna say one more thing about that, and I'm gonna leave that part alone. We talk about that shit another day. But the thing that I'm saying in these situations, like, soon as the nigga find out we ain't together, that nigga popped up on her motherfucking podcast and he got to talking about it. So that shows he was thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, moving on to another situation that just shows certain stuff. I know women who might be married. They might be separated or whatever. But it's like, matter of fact, I'm gonna use myself. Shit, I'm gonna keep this shit 100. This feed the streets. We feeding real knowledge.
Hey,
so I was dealing with this woman. She was married, but they was separated. They've been separated probably about like 3 years or so. And then she even had another child since then. So I got with her. Her baby, I don't even think her baby was 1 yet, but I knew her. We used to work together and all this type of stuff, whatever. But long story short, her ex-husband, when I'm not even ex, because they still married, the separated husband was still used to be trying to start shit with her all the time. Okay. So he was over there. He came over one day and he had a bat. This nigga done bust her window out. And all
right
this,
there.
You know what I'm saying?
That right there.
See, that's the problem. But you put yourself in that.
So that's letting you know what type.
He knew that this man was still married. No, he knew they were still married.
Still, the situation is, though, if somebody is separated, that's just like the situation. A lot of people might not agree because, plus, I ain't necessarily know that nigga coming over there still stalking. That's just like the shit Pat Poose and
right.
Ma. If Bernie Ma already had somebody clearly and doing something and on live, everybody, they, so once he moved on to start dealing with somebody else, Remy ain't got no reason to be tripping.
But that's how they do.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, and not even, I could take responsibility for whatever I did or whatever, but in this situation, they was separated. They wasn't together. She had moved on to somebody else. But when it came to me, for some reason, not say that dog was just hating on me. He just, I guess, was fucking with her. So he came over there. I'm laughing at the nigga. She making like begging me not to go out there because he got the bad or whatever and this, that, and other, whatever. She don't want me to get in trouble. So long story short, he done bust her back window out in her vehicle. So I'm like laughing at this nigga like whatever, but it's like I could have put myself in a situation where I could have been back in jail or anything. But
exactly.
He asked
or worse.
We end up bumping heads about it. I'm consoling her though. Like, fuck it, baby. Don't even worry about that shit. Cause we supposed to go out that night. Let's just still go out tonight. We get the truck fixed.
Y'all put plastic on the window and pull it off?
We didn't get a chance to. We didn't get a chance to. This where the shit took a drastic turn. Cause I'm like, shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We worry about that nigga later, figure out what we gonna do, this, that, and other. So he just come out the blue talking about, so when you gonna move all of your stuff up in here? I was like, damn, baby, that ain't the right time to be having this conversation. This nigga just came on and bust your window out. We need to figure all that shit out.
Right, you got the things to think about.
So I already had like whatever living shit that I needed, clothes and stuff I had there. But she knew at my ex house, I still had a car that was in the garage and different stuff, whatever, because we had property situations together that I was already slowly moving stuff, So to me, that's just.
I told you that before. That was a territorial move.
You know what?
She wanted to get you by herself.
I got a jump topic, and I'm gonna ask the ex on this. All right. So I got an ex, right? Nah, it's about to come out. I never even talked about it, but it's about to come out because we in litigations. I literally put half the money to start her business, but I actually started the business first and then gave it to her. It's public record. If you look up the name of the company, you'll see my name on it. It's public record. She done some dumbass shit trying to take it off. And she trying to sue me for like 50 grand. My counter sue is for like $250,000. And my thing is this, like, if you got down on me for $250,000 and you feel like I got down on you for 50, why is you trying to sue me?
Right. Hurt feelings. I mean, that's not only she can answer that, or she really feel like she started it and you just funded it.
No, so this is how it started. I'll tell you the conversation. So, she was like, I want to be your partner, right? I ain't gonna say the name of the business or nothing, but I was like, I don't need no partner. How can you be my partner when I already established everything long before I even met you? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I don't know how the fuck I went from being the owner to a partner to getting fired. Still, you know what I'm saying? But I walked away from the shit because it's something Lil Wayne said and it's true. You know what I'm saying? You're not a businessman, you a business. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm personally am the business. So, you know, although I gave her the tools to start it, it's not going, well, it could and I hope it do, but the things that she's doing ain't the things I would do. You know what I mean? And that's just from experience. And so I walked away from it and started doing other things that's already doing what it's supposed to. And that situation is still a hobby. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a business. It's just a hobby right now. Like it's a fucking deduction on her.
But you just said you walked away.
Yeah, I left it alone and we were still together because it was like, you know what? It ain't that serious. I respect our value, our relationship more than that. So I walked away from that shit. Like, here, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal. And so what a lot of people don't be realizing too is when you get with one person and things don't work and you have bad situations to turn out, you have like triggers and baggage that you carry on to your new relationship. Because now with my new relationship, I can't hit the gas like I want, like the girl I got now. Like her, I ain't gonna say her name or not, but I had to get her credit up, boss her up. The girl I'm with already bossed up. So I could just, it's a plug and play type of situation. I could go straight to the Super Bowl with her. But
did this food say plug and play?
I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, it's funny, man.
So I could go straight to the Super Bowl with her, but I'm hitting the brakes because I'm like, damn, am I going to end up in the same situation? You know what I'm saying? For just a
don't hit the brakes.
You know what I'm
saying? But be honest with, she knows about the litigation, right? She knows everything that's going on. I would say that. Be honest with the bitch you're with now.
If I'm with a girl, I tell her straight up, I ain't got nothing to hide shit. She went with me to my lawyer because it sounded crazy, right? I'm like, I gave her, I could say the dollar amount. I'm like, I gave that bitch $80,000. And she was suing me for
$50,000. Why she got to be a bitch? Nothing.
All right, you right.
That's where y'all messed up too.
I gave this woman $80,000, you know, in the business. I
invested $80,000.
So she invested 30 in the man. So that put me at 50 plus. And then something about a credit card me and her had, we both spent on it. But she trying to say I paid a bunch of property taxes on that card. But my lawyer looking at it, he like, well, the bill is more than the limit. So just using numbers, if my property taxes is 50,000 and the limit on the little card ain't but 15 G's,
right.
I had to pay it off. You get what I'm saying? To even did it. But
and this was not an ex-wife. Was this even somebody you was engaged to?
I swear to God, my lawyer was like, man, this costing you more than your divorces. You know
exactly. So that's what, and Rico can attest to that. However you want to look at it, I do not want to do all those combining things until you are married. Not that it can't fall apart. It don't
even matter though.
But dang,
if it don't work when you married, you still go through the same thing. If it don't work, if you in a relationship,
it do. But I just feel better.
Yeah,
about $80,000.
You know what my mother said?
My
mother said that, but I never told my mother how much money I had invested. I always kept it kind of quiet. But she was always running around bragging. You know what I'm saying? Like she just bought my business or some shit. Like you know how females do.
So
like,
this song I want to point out about that. I still got one thing to touch on, but I want to point out about that. She had asked, like you just told this whole story and about this, like the story. So from that story, this just show you how men and women think differently about certain things. Not saying that. No, you don't know where I'm going with it.
Yeah, I do.
No, I'm about to go way left field. But she said because she's a woman, not saying that you should call women out their name, but you was like, you called her a bitch. Okay. But you called her a bitch because off of what she put you through, that's how you feeling. So it's your emotions talking right now. But in the words of Tupac, that's why I called her bitch. You called her a bitch because the shit that she's doing, that's how, like she's a woman, so she had to ask the question, why she got to be a bitch? Just listening to the story, I already knew why she had to be one. So I'm just saying that just shows the difference in how.
Well, yeah, it's a difference. I don't feel like that's the reason to call a woman a bitch.
They go too hard on certain shit. Like the people who love you the most sometimes go the hardest to hurt you when they not with you, around you. That's why only reason
that's like saying I only hit you because I love you. No,
that's why that shit be twisted. But that's why I brought up that one situation though, because it just shows you how, like, sometimes you say people be delusional. Sometimes it might be more emotional. Some people are delusional.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit be
I
emotional
can see people think
or
differently.
whatever. Because
people think differently.
but people have to understand that men have emotions and feelings too. And like with my situation, I'm not talking about her, talking about some other shit. I was going through the shit with my brother having a stroke. And so I'm trying to cater to your feelings, but I'm also dealing with going back and forth in and out of town. So what you think more important, me going out of town, seeing what's up with my brother, or me coming, I'm spending all my time with you when I come back in town, or sometime taking you with me, or me moving the goddamn car out of a fucking garage or something to bring it, you know what I'm saying? So motherfucker,
and he already said he ain't talking about me on that one.
Get you a motherfucking divorce first before you go.
Right. Husband to
You
move
know
that
what
car.
I'm saying? Yeah,
You're right. She was just all the way wrong. She was just twisted.
My shit was simple. I could fix my shit simple. You need to worry about fixing that motherfucking divorce. That shit is more serious. But long story short.
But see how you talk about it still with the hostility, like you still mad about it.
Yeah, hell yeah, because you got to think about it. You got to look at it. I was like a supervisor at my job. I'm going back and forth out of town. She brought the drama.
Shout out Mark Hicks. Shout out Marco Tony.
Drama to work the next day.
Tyler Marcus, what up, dog?
But still, to this point, when we had a conversation about, I'm like, damn, you got me fired. You came up to the job.
Neil Dixon, what up, dog?
Bringing the drama to work or whatever. And you know what she told me? She told me I shouldn't have been messing with an employee.
Scarfo Cracker, what up, dog?
What kind of shit is that?
Y'all, I had enjoyed. I'm glad I was able to even tune in with this kid in the background. You can hear her running around here. But I'm still listening. I'll be sharing. Good. Keep up the good work.
All right,
Rico, you already know what it is. And Reek, nice to actually have met you.
Our pleasure to meet you.
I think I met you at the Thai party. All right.
All right, now.
All right. So that whole situation was just like, to me, like some ill shit on how the fuck you gonna bring the drama to a motherfucking job and all that, and then you don't want to take responsibility for that shit. So it's just, the thing is, what I'm trying to say, a lot of times nowadays, everybody wants the man to take responsibility, which you should. I'm a big advocate of that shit. But everybody in the situation has to take responsibility.
If you don't,
no matter if it's a relationship in between a man or a woman, if it's a business relationship or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be on some bullshit.
Everybody should always take accountability. Like, all right, say for example, you get convicted in some shit. First thing they want you to do is say what you did, right? Because if you don't never take accountability, like, and ladies, pay attention to this. Most people know this. If you don't take accountability for what you do, then, you know, you don't think you're going to do it again. You live on Feed the Streets.
Hey, Rico, how you doing? This Dr. Vatanzi.
Hey.
Just really quick. Nice to have met, what's his name? Jared, a couple weeks ago over at the fire station.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I just want to say, I've been married for 25 years.
Okay.
And I have male friends I've had since kindergarten. There's nothing have going on with us and none of that. I have an excellent, very good friends with. But when you put things out on the table with your integrity, and you have strong integrity about things, everything should be put in the open, so there's nothing to be that's hidden. Once you put everything on the table, everybody know where they are, everybody's respecting each other, and I think that's where we mix up at. Everybody's trying to hide something.
Can I ask you? Go ahead.
But what do you consider a male friend? Like, what do? Y'all go out hanging? Y'all go to the show together? Y'all go on? Well, you can't go on girls' trips together, but co-ed trips together? Like, what is a male friend?
No. He was my friend since kindergarten, and we grew up together.
No, but I mean, what do y'all do on day to day that constitutes y'all as a friend?
Well, now that we both are in relationships, I'm married. We talk. Everything that we do now is with our families together.
Okay.
That's not the same as the man who you recently just, not even say recently or whatever, but if it's a man, if he's still acting like he has feelings for you, like he want to, deal with you.
Oh, no.
He loves you and all that type of shit. Not just saying he love you as his buddy, You know I still love you, baby. You know.
And see, you could tell just by the way you presented yourself and your statement, you know, known him since kindergarten. That's like a family friend. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he probably know your whole family because he's been around, you know, throughout you know, the time of you growing up through adolescence. Or
Then
whatever.
niggas and women both can be treacherous. They can be like, I got motherfuckers who I know for a fact we ain't blood. I done fucked them before, and they introduced me to their man. I'm not gonna trip, and we knew each other since we was kids. But they be telling people I'm their cousin and all that type of shit. That's the shit. This my
I'm not
cousin,
gonna do that.
like,
I'm not doing that. That's my integrity.
that shit is
You know
like
what? That's
crazy.
that's my integrity. I would not do that. I put everything on the table, and I won't want nobody to do it to me. I'm very upfront,
Um,
and I don't play no games.
somebody asked, "Do your husband like your friend?"
Matter of fact, my husband told my best friend one time. I remember when you and I was little boys, little girls going up and down the street. I was running up and down the street, and that person, my friend, said, "Because my husband, he's older." He said, "What was he doing? Watching us play outside?"
That
So
was
because
funny.
my husband,
The way it came out, you know, I get what you're saying, but that was funny. So how much
no,
older is he?
he's 18 years older than me.
Oh wow, nah, yeah, he might have been watching on a happy note.
No. We were me
Like,
and
I
my
can't wait
see
till
my
he
friends.
grow up.
No, we used to be playing up and down the street. He said, "I know that y'all like each other because y'all be playing up and down the street, wrestling and stuff."
So
But see,
your husband watched you grow up then.
I guess I ain't never thought about it till now.
Yeah, so I mean, wow, that's what's up. So he kind of know what type of female he married, and that's probably why he married you. I mean, you could tell by the way you know you speak and carry yourself that you know you got integrity about yourself, and that's a good thing. And I was saying it earlier, everybody not the same. I just feel like me personally, I don't want to meet none of my girl friends, her no dude friends. Like you can keep them away from me. You know what I mean? And then like what if me and him ain't cool and you put two people together that was never cool, or you know what I mean? It's not good to know a lot of people too nowadays.
I guess you pray about situations, and then it's the way it's all in how you carry yourself. It's how you present yourself.
That's true. That is true.
To me, I don't give a fuck. Just be respectful. Don't be on no bunch of sneaky ass slick shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I just feel the disrespect coming in at. And it's not even just like a lot of motherfuckers are just disrespectful these days.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't happen in a long time, but I remember when I first came home, I'd be at a club and shit. And this when I was engaged, I go to the bathroom. Like I see niggas see that we together, go to the bathroom, but I be waiting on them to do the shit. I come back, she got a new drink. Niggas send the drinks over there. She let me know, but I used to tell her like when they do that shit, go and accept that drink. And then when I come back, she get a drink to me, and I show the nigga the drink, and I drink the motherfucker like bitch ass nigga.
Good luck.
Shit, you thought you weren't gonna tell me? You sitting here watching us the whole time. You trying to shoot your shot and send drinks when I'm in the bathroom.
Well, you heard it first, ladies.
And shit.
You heard it first, ladies. He the reason why niggas ain't buying drinks no more.
We ain't got to get mad. Like me, I don't get mad and get to talking shit, and cause niggas gonna be niggas.
Right.
My thing is, I just want the woman to respect me. Just like if I go to the bathroom and nigga trying to shoot his shot, let me know what the fuck going on when I come back.
But
Don't
this
have
is my
me just
thing.
walking up and I don't know what the fuck going on.
I'm with you on that. This is my thing though. Like it's so many females out here. Why is it that a dude gotta really be on that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it like you trying to call me out, or is it you just thirsty like that?
Yeah, somebody got a question for you, Dr. Batanji. They say, do your husband have a best friend, a best friend that's a female?
He has female friends, and I talk to them. They talk to me. I think they treat me like a daughter.
So let me ask you this. So, I met your husband before. You know what I'm saying? You say 18 years older than you or whatever. But I feel like the stage where he's more laid back, chill. But not to say that men that age won't do nothing either, because I used to work in a blues bar, and them barmaids was You know what I'm saying? But it's like, say if you had a husband who was closer to your age or actually younger than you, and he had a little fine ass girl talking about this his best friend, and he be hanging out with her, but you trust that?
I'm not an insecure person, so I have different thoughts about things. My thing is I better not catch nothing.
What if she was dressing like a video victim?
And this is my thing too. I'm gonna pivot from that, Doc. This is my thing. Is it always insecurity because a person don't want to have competition, or what they may feel can be a problem or competition around? Or could that be foresight and just, somebody that's wise?
Well, let me tell you, I have strong discernment, so I know what's what.
But sometimes things can come and in packages that you don't know. Like, for example, the Trojan horse. Anybody can be tricked. You know what I'm saying? So nations have been tricked.
She thought about condoms when you said Trojan horse. I heard her laugh. She like,
facts. But you get what I'm saying. So tell me on that one, Doc. How you feel about that?
You know what? I guess when my trust is broken, the trust broken.
True, but what I mean by it, what I'm saying is every person, like, should we stop saying that everybody is insecure because they expressing how they feel in a situation that may not go with what somebody else say? Like, for example,
well, you know what? Let me just give you an example. One of my ex I used to date in college. He called me, and when I answered my phone, I'm with my husband. We answered our phone with speakerphone. He said, well, can you take me off speaker? I got to talk to you about something. I said, whatever you don't tell me, you can say it right now. Or don't call me back.
And I'm with you on that. And that's good. But what if your husband was like, you know what? I really don't feel comfortable with you, having all these male friends. How would you feel?
But then I have to respect that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Now, would you feel that was insecurity, or would you feel like that was just him, trying to protect what y'all got?
Both.
Okay.
I was in a situation. My ex, one of his parents passed away. He called me, and I was trying to turn back over with the sleep. My husband said, "You not going over there?" I said, "I'll go there later."
See, sometimes like I'm cracking little jokes and shit too, just being funny, trying to enjoy ourselves. But on the real though, what we have to look at is just like he was saying, it's not like everybody's not insecure. And sometimes it's just like we have to protect ourself and our circle and our household from certain things. And it's like, don't nobody want, like, if I'm your safe place, if you my woman, I'm your safe place. You should be able to come to me about anything and everything. Not to say that you're going to have other friends you can't talk to about certain stuff. Not to say that you don't have a girlfriend that's your best friend that you talk
You
to
gotta be careful with that too.
about exactly. But if I'm your man, especially your husband, it should be conversations that only me and you can have. Or whatever.
And I'm to that point now. I don't have conversations outside of my house that shouldn't.
But a lot of times,
whatever is in my house,
people are trying to, like, say if a guy had a woman and they was real close, real cool, they could have grew up together and all that type of stuff. Because I've had these situations too in my life, and it's like, and even though I might not have been trying to get with my ex, or they might not even necessarily been trying to get with me, that's not the way we conduct it. But when you have two, if you're the person who their go-to person for everything that's emotional, all emotional conversations, it could be about your new relationship, it could be about this and that. That's too much energy and shit. Like, I can't be putting all this emotional energy and baggage from one of my exes. If anything, I'm supposed to be the safe place for my woman.
We got a question for you. Would your husband be mad if your male friend borrow money from you?
I'm not loaning no money to no man.
What if he needed? That's your friend though. You said he was his friend. So I mean, all right, if you won't loan him money, then you can't say you're a friend. Because a friend in need is a friend indeed.
My friends, okay, the friends I have now, because I'm married, when I was single, that's things I did.
Okay.
Because we were friends. But my friends know I have responsibilities, and I have kids, I have stepkids, I have grandkids. So that's just off limits. So I would go to one of my friends and ask them about money, and they have a wife or a girlfriend. That's out of order.
So let me ask you this. Now say, and this is a true situation or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's situation is different, but how would you feel if you're in a relationship, like you say, you got responsibilities and all that type of stuff? But it's on the flip side. What if your husband or you have a man and it's like he gets in a situation and he needs some money and he know that you ain't got it, but it's another woman who he dealt with in his past. She got cake like that. She got that bread. And if she get him the money that he need, how would you feel about that?
Okay. Well, you know what? We were in that situation before. My husband had to sign the lease for his ex-wife to have an apartment.
You was okay with him doing that?
Those are his kids. Those are my children's brother.
Yeah. No, it's kids involved.
That's a different situation. Plus, I'm saying, would you feel comfortable with that woman giving him the money for something? Or
She helped me out. His ex-wife helped me out.
He say he trying to start a business up, and he know his ex got money like that, and she offer, because they still friends, she offers to get him the money to start his business. How would you feel about that?
As long as I wouldn't care. As long as I know about it, it's no strings attached. I look at stuff very differently. I just
we don't know if strings attached because they gonna tell you there's no strings attached.
Oh, for sure.
But then sometimes people after they give you that money, they be looking at stuff. Plus, they might just be trying to show that they got this where you really need to be because your girl or your wife, she ain't working.
Well, they go there.
Well, how about this? Let's go hardball. So, Doc, you seen the movie Indecent Proposal. Do you think you would be able to handle that if it was a woman offering your man money?
We've been in that situation before.
So, did y'all split it?
No, we didn't split. I just said whatever you convict about, you do it.
So, you okay with him sleeping with another woman if he was paid? We're talking about the movie Indecent Proposal, remember?
Am I okay with it?
Yes.
I have my thought process is different.
Okay.
I got two things to say. Well, one of them I'm gonna respond to a question. As far as if somebody is my ex and they loved one passes, it's a difference. It's like they shouldn't still. It's like my ex. Like if I'm in a new relationship and somebody in my family passed, my ex shouldn't be my go-to. My go-to should be my woman if I'm in a relationship. And if I'm in a relationship and my girl's ex, somebody in his family passed, she can go to the funeral and show love that way and go, bring some drinks and some food, potato salad and shit to the family. But far as all that giving him too much comfort, no, that's for his hoes or his girl
he might
or
get
whoever
some sympathy
to do.
pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Because, and even if it ain't that, like sometimes it be innocent with the women though. So it's like, so all the time, I'm just trying to put that out. It's not all the time that the man don't trust you. We know as men, sometimes men have emotions and feelings. And if you being the go-to all the time, a man will get too comfortable with that.
You start believing it's something that it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? He just gets too comfortable. He might, even if he ain't even trying to fuck you, if he's just looking at you as his emotional safe haven, that's too much responsibility to be putting on my woman, nigga. Find your own. Remember that you remember that commercial back in the days? You a little younger than me, so I know Dr. Virg, you know. So when they asking to borrow that motherfucking Motown Greatest Hits album,
Oh
like,
yeah.
my brother, you got to get your own. Like, this my girl,
I
nigga,
listen
get your
to
own, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You had her. You ain't know what to do. You fumbled the motherfucking ball, nigga.
Yeah.
I picked it up.
see my husband. He was married before, so the ex-wife, she's still around. She's always around. We spend all the holidays together. My son, he's down at Alabama State. When he has a crisis, he go run to her. So my kids consider my husband's ex-wife their stepmom.
See, that's different. I can relate to them situations, but let's like y'all like Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats and shit. Going on the vacations with the exes and shit like that.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
dope,
I'm saying?
man.
So it's like every situation is different or whatever, especially if you have children, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
me, it's like my if I'm in a relationship, my girl could be around my children's mothers and all that type. I would want them to be around each other, but they don't have to be the best of friends. If they end up getting cool, that's cool too. But at the same time, I'm gonna make sure, like, if anything starts getting out of pocket and I feel she's trying to disrespect in any type of way my relationship, I'm gonna put that in check. So that's the main thing.
Well, let me go back to this. Let me back up because I just thought about this. My husband, he cool with all my male friends, all my exes, but this one particular guy he didn't like, and I asked him why. He said, "You go ask that guy why I don't like him."
We know, we feel the energy and certain shit niggas be doing. So that's the thing too. A woman should respect. Like a lot of times,
So I went to go ask him. I didn't know he still had feelings for me.
That's just like if you my girl.
Because I had picked up a whole bunch of
If you
weight.
just tripping about everybody, then that's a problem. Me and you gonna have issues because you just always tripping. But if you got certain things that you don't feel comfortable with, it might not even be a girl. It could be one of my homeboys. If you be like, something just ain't right about that nigga, of course I'm gonna ask, what is it about it, this, that, and other. But if it's anything that I see could be a potential problem, and it's not something that just happens every day, I'm supposed to trust your judgment. You supposed to be my rib. So we have to have each other back. Like I'm saying, especially at this point of our lives, that shit should be more about wisdom. What have you experienced and learned from? A lot of shit we used to do back in the days, I used to, just like back in the days, say if my woman ain't really had no money, but I had another chick who had money and she was looking out for me or do something, I might go get that help and that assistance or something from her. Now, I wouldn't even really go that route if I'm in a relationship because I know it could potentially hurt the relationship in some shape, fashion, or form. Even if your woman know about it, it's still like, if anything, we should be figuring out ways to get this bag together. So we don't necessarily have to go through somebody else like that, because those things can become a problem. And even if the girl seems like she's okay with it at that moment, that shit could change at any point, and vice versa. My woman shouldn't have to go to no other man getting no motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? We should be figuring out ways to get this bag together. That's what part of the relationship, we help meet. You supposed to help each other accomplish whatever goals and stuff that y'all are trying to do. You know, it ain't like we children no more and shit. We grown as fuck. So you can't be letting people just get too comfortable in y'all mix. That's just the way that I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from experience, shit that I learned, because a lot of times I used to get somebody to do certain things, but in my mind, I used to be looking at the chick, even if she know, like, you can't say shit about nothing. If you ain't got shit to offer, you can't say shit about what the fuck I do. But if I'm the fucking leader, if I'm the leader though, I need to look at it on a level like, shit, if you ain't in a position to help me, then I'm not doing something right my damn self too.
True. Well, I mean, you know what? A lot of women choose they mate off of how strong of a leader he is, and once they demonstrate that they ain't a leader, they either shut down or they move around, one of the two. So it's on us to stay on top. It's on us to keep that drive. It's like, hey, if it was the olden caveman days, we got to come home with a dead deer. Otherwise, there ain't gonna be no family there to clean the deer up for you. So
yeah.
I mean, everybody got to do their part in the relationship. But I got this question for both of y'all. Clarissa Shields versus Remy Ma. Who y'all think will win in a fight?
You said who?
Clarissa Shields versus Remy Ma.
Shit,
Remy Ma.
Clarissa Shields.
What made you say? I know why he's saying Carissa. What made you say Remy though?
My mental mindset.
And you know what? I think it would be a real fight. I think it would.
It depends on if she get. It's a difference. If she gets snuck, then it might be because it's like this. Is my thing in my life. I ain't ever really had no real ass whooping or whatever. Don't plan on getting none or whatever. But I have been in a situation where it's like some shit catch me off guard and we fighting. It'd be more of a straight up fight. Like you going at it, you know, or I might not feel like fighting. I'm fighting, oh fuck it, didn't talk too much shit, we gonna fight. But anytime in my mind I already had, I'm going over here to whoop their ass. Most time they don't even get a hit or nothing in because my mind is just straight on go. You know what I'm saying? So the fight just end up being a little bit different. So, but I seen that last Carissa Shields fight, and I seen another clip this morning when old girl swung. And she just, you know, that box shit, she just linked to the side a little bit, just
slip.
Connected on her
But
ass.
see, this the thing. That worked. Like the slip move worked
Yeah.
in the ring, but in a street fight, that might be what gets your ass.
It all depends. The reason why I think like she talks shit, but she talked that boxer shit.
Right.
Remy Ma shit talker, but she talked that street shit. And sometimes street shit, niggas be talking too much. If you on some street shit, you only supposed to be doing too much talking. Just handle your motherfucking business.
I heard she got hands though, man. It's a known thing.
She might, you never know. You never know. But shit, I know she all
And
I know
Papoose
is she a shooter. So I don't know.
Yo, she shoot too. She shoot too. And if it's a shootout, we know Remy gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know though. Like, cause Carissa, and she get to grabbing her hair and get her in that mode, cause Remy got a little more weight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Sometimes that weight shit, that shit don't really matter though.
Sometimes it do. Like Carissa know better than to fight somebody out of her weight class. So
no, I think she have. I think
much,
she, because her weight
much.
be going up and down.
Yeah, that's just to keep a
whatever,
contender.
you know
but
what
they
I'm
stay
saying?
within a few classes. But I don't know though. You know, I'm trying to get it started.
I think though, deep down inside, I think Carissa Shields, she want to whoop Remy my ass more than Remy want to whoop. Remy just talking that shit and looking at it like, fuck that bitch, she ain't shit. That's how she's trying to act for, you know, for the camera. I don't know how she really feel deep down inside, but
take it to just on a normal note, right? Well, how many girls want to see they man get with a girl that's richer, younger, and to me, I think Carissa look a little better too.
Yeah, Remy just like, I ain't got nothing bad really to say about Remy, but that wasn't no good look, that whole situation with that goofy ass nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Easy to block, boss.
Because he just seemed like a corny ass nigga.
Yeah.
And then just like he's saying the rap and he talking about, Remy, you love me. And she talking about, yeah, you know, that shit just looked corny. Like when Dog was flaming their ass and that the California nigga when he was flaming their ass, that shit was funny to the mud, just the look on her face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She realized
so
at that moment.
You know, then I don't like the way she tried to leak all the bullshit.
But you know, he ended up cheating on her and leaving her. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So she kind of got, you know.
I feel like the whole situation, she played herself or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, that ain't, you know, I ain't gonna hate on her. I still fuck with her and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She got a nice song or something come out or whatever. It's still some respect there, but she played herself for real.
What you think though? You think 50,000 to get them to fight in the middle of Van Dyke?
Nope.
We could promote it right here on Feed the Streets.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, man, this is a hell of a show, man. But we is running kind of overtime though. I said I wanted to kind of stop that. You know what I mean? But it's up to you, Brody. How long you want to go?
Shit, I'm good. I'm just on here talking shit. You ain't tell me no subject or nothing. We just on this motherfucker talking and shit.
We just was going, man.
So
you know what? We were supposed to be talking.
I would like, you brought up something though, about women though. And when you brought up something about women, and then I just seen my ex on there, I just felt that was good for content because when we broke up, I seen me as content on her platforms.
Oh, word. Well, let's give it. Nah,
I actually texted her, said, I'm happy I could be your inspiration or something, but I hope you would please quit it. You know?
I mean, you know what, man? This is one thing I done seen, and you probably can relate to this. A lot of times, women just don't never get over you because they don't find another you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If a girl don't find another you, she hit. You know what I'm saying? Like David Ruffin said, the Temps is just in search of a David Ruffin. So.
Yeah, see, my thing is like all that, situations like that and all that, but it's like, let's see, somebody
You on live feed the streets.
I got a quick question. You guys are big on politics, right?
Say that again.
So I said, so you guys are big on politics. I got a quick question I've been seeing on Facebook. Is it true that Trump passed where felons can carry a weapon now, like handguns, but not be automatic?
So, understand one thing. I think it's the Second Amendment. Your Second Amendment is a constitutional right that you always had a right. Anybody can get their gun rights back. You just go before the board in the county you live in. So if you live in Wayne County, you'll go before the gun board in Wayne, Macomb, whatever, Oakland, or whatever in the United States. You can get your gun rights back. So I never heard of nothing Trump passed, but that's always been something you could do.
Oh, okay. It's just been all over Instagram. That's what I've been asking.
There's been a lot of stuff that's been on Instagram, and it just, right now, he needs a lot to pump him up because he got a lot of negativity around him, and so, I guess he'll take the good with the bad, but however it goes, it might be a bad thing depending on who it is that's looking at it. It could be a good thing. So, like, say somebody who's a law-abiding citizen who feel like I ain't never been in trouble, I should have had this right. The person who got in trouble shouldn't. They're going to see it as a bad thing and vice versa. So, me personally, I think everybody should have guns. The more guns out there, the more you'll see people fight. Because if everybody knew everybody had a gun and there wasn't no threat of pulling it out and it meant nothing, then I think less people would be using it.
Thank you for your advice.
I don't think so. Niggas ignorant as fuck.
Everybody got a gun right now anyway.
Yeah, niggas is just ignorant in the motherfucker.
All right, man. Y'all keep up the good work, man. I like your podcast.
All right, thanks, Brody. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
You just look at how people drive and shit, man. People just be doing the most ignorant shit. Like, I find myself nowadays, man, the best way to stay out of prison or certain stupid ass situations, you have to make excuses for motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
In your mind, you got to tell yourself, man, they don't know no better.
Yeah.
Like back in the days, I would have reacted totally different. Somebody doing some crazy, you could be some road rage and driving crazy. I might follow you. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing some bullshit, you all tailgating. Let me get behind you, I'm tailgate you. All that shit's stupid. That could lead to some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you younger, you be on that wild shit. That's the same thing I say with anything. We supposed to learn from our experiences. Life is about evolution. So no matter what it is, if it's your business, your relationships, you know what I'm saying, your mental health, the way you view things, you should be trying to grow in everything that you do. Every day, to me, you should be trying to grow or learn something or understand something in some form of fashion.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Some form of fact, at least be making a plan to do something. Then you have to start acting on the plan because, when I was little, they had transistor radios. Now they got Bluetooth.
A friend of mine had came home from jail. I'll never forget, man. His name was G. Kane, right? He passed. But G. Kane was like, Reek, I thought everybody was going crazy because they was talking to themselves because of the Bluetooth in the phone. And he wasn't hip on that. So it definitely times have changed pretty quick too. It's like everything we seen on the Jetsons as kids now is legit. Yeah. Somebody said Remy gonna have to train hard to win that fight. Yeah. With no razor blades in Remy mouth.
Yeah, Remy, she might try to do the $150 or something.
Oh, for sure. I took Carissa get to putting them paws on her. You on live, feed the streets.
I think they should take the guns away because my baby daddy used his gun and he has me tied up in his basement, and I don't think everybody should have a gun.
If he got you tied up, how he left the phone with you? That nigga stupid. That nigga like Cole. Hey Cole, you stupid.
Hey, who all in the house? It's the stimulus.
I let my 14-month-old bring me the phone.
Damn, that's a smart ass 14-month.
Do you got food in the basement with you?
No, he only feeds me when he comes down.
But you got your phone, so you could order DoorDash and put it on his bill.
No, he's gonna see when it comes because he has cameras.
Well, so my advice to you would be, if you got your phone and you tied up in the basement and you talking to us, you should have been calling 911.
Right. What we gonna do? Hey, send us the address. We'll send the homies to help you. Hey, is it any money in the house? No.
Your name wouldn't happen to be Cassie, would it?
That's for $50,000 in the room.
Is this Cassie?
Your name Cassie?
My name is Shantae.
I thought P. Diddy was locked up already.
No, she that girl from Surviving R. Kelly. Why you don't just walk out the door? But thanks for calling, caller. We appreciate your call. We really do. Crazy ass call. This girl say she tied up in the basement on her phone. Call and feed the street. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Dr. Reek and Reek.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we gonna talk this man out of there? But dang, though, we have been on for a little minute, man. Man, this is a fun episode, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching, man. We appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? And tune in next time. Feed the streets. Now that Reek on here, I can actually I ain't gonna say this on camera, but stay tuned because the new studio is gonna be wild and lit. Just that's all I'm gonna say.
No doubt. That's it.
That's it. I'm out of here.
All right. Peace.
Eastside nigga, my gang vicious with a pot and fork, I can grant wishes. Can't tell the difference, my rim inches or thick bitches. If the missions, not nevertheless, my gang cold. Pretty boy swag, I take your hoe. Never understood what they hate me for. That's just a demonstration, they ain't getting dough. Boss reek that band life. Born and bred on Van Dyke. Run the streets, that's every night. Now who is he? I'm M Guy. Did a photo shoot in polo boots. Is that real loot? I promise you. That $100 bill in the light show is real. Boss freak that sweet, but I'm scared of you. Put 28s on my 7.6. My 40 gal got a rubber grip. You can pray to God, but I